Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us tonight here on CBS News Colorado and CBSColorado.com. It is time for a few more minutes with our Xfinity Monday Live guest, Wynton Bernard, and his mom, Janet, nice enough to join us this evening as well. Janet, the phone call that you guys had when Wynton called and FaceTimed you and told you that he was going to the bigs, that's gone viral. We've heard his perspective of it. What was your perspective? Where were you, and what were you thinking when he's FaceTiming you kind of in the middle of the day, right?
It was in the afternoon. It was late afternoon, about between 4 and 4:15. I had been outside watering my plants in the garden, and I was cutting back a shrub. I came in and I looked a mess. I was all sweaty and my hair was a mess, and my phone rang. And so I looked at the phone, it said, Wynton Bernard. I said, what's Wynton calling me now for? And so, and it was FaceTime, and the connection was not that good. And so I said, Wynton? And he said, Mom? And finally we connected, and when he told me, it was like, I just went into shock, and I just started crying, and it was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. It was just, it was such a special moment. I'm just so happy, and I'm so proud of it.
So that was what, the 11th?
That was the 11th,
So then you make your debut on the 12th. Right. How did you go about mobilizing all the troops and getting everybody to Coors Field for that night?
I was in such shock because whenever I leave home, it's like, okay, who's going to pick up the mail? It was on a Thursday. Friday is trash day. I had a lot of trash that I wanted to go out with my recycle cans and everything. And it's like, I'm thinking, okay, who can I get to pick up the mail? Who's going to bring in the trash cans if I take the trash out? Oh my gosh, I've got to get tickets. And so then I called my son, Wayne, and I asked Wayne, I said, son, I know that you have to work tomorrow. Could you please ask your boss if you could get off because of Wynton? And I think Wynton had already talked to Wayne.
Okay.
Wayne is a police officer, and it's really hard right now to get off because they're so short-staffed. But anyway, he talked to his supervisor and told him what happened, and the supervisor said, well, if we can get a replacement, fine. So I told Wayne, I said, go ahead, get the tickets. I don't care how much they cost, just get the tickets. And Wayne did that. And he was glad that he told the truth, because, you know, as an officer, you always take a go. And his boss sent him one of the pictures that was taken at the field with him standing up there clapping for Wynton. So everyone knew that, yeah, it really did happen for him.
Proof that he was there.
Yeah, that
First of all, the Rockies couldn't get you some tickets?
I know, right?
Come on, man.
We got to talk to some people.
Yeah, seriously. My goodness. I'm going to put him on blast for that. What did it mean to have the whole family there? I mean, everybody kind of came together at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, it was super incredible. Like my mom said, Wayne had to take off work. Walter came all the way from Pittsburgh. I had coaches from college, coaches from back home. It was so cool having all the support system that, you know, have been there for me since day one, and everybody got to be there. And it's just a special moment. I'm making my Major League debut right here. I have my family here, everybody who supported me. It's super special. What
has been maybe like has there been an aha moment, or has there been somebody who's reached out to you that you haven't heard from, either one of you, that's like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool?
I'd have to say it's Ken Griffey Jr.
Whoa.
I know. So, you know, I got to text him a couple years ago and a couple of times throughout the minor leagues. I was lucky enough to get his number, but I usually initiate the text. This time he sent me an article and he goes, man, I'm so proud of you. I go, this is my idol growing up. And Ken Griffey Jr. just texted me. I'm like, this is so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that story. So, Mom, what's the future hold for you? You guys going to, I mean, I hope Wynton's going to plant some roots here with the Rockies. How long are you going to be in Denver for?
Well, I'll be here until the last game, which is on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
So it's an early game, and so I'm going to fly back to San Diego Wednesday night. And then what I'm hoping, I've got to look back at the schedule, but I think the next trip to Denver, I'm driving.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. I love that. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for being here. Congrats on all your success. Congrats on your success with Wynton and the two other boys. I mean, you guys are absolutely killing it. So happy to have you guys on. I know this wasn't as cool as Family Feud, probably, but we appreciate you joining us nonetheless. All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight at the View House Centennial. Thank you for logging on to CBS Colorado and CBSColorado.com.